Hillary Clinton gave a speech to the American Legion. She was joined on stage by George W. Bush's former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State, James Cladd, a neoconservative. Hillary was so proud. I'm so proud to be next to a neocon. Yes. I love people who want to invade everywhere and occupy it. And she really bent over backwards here to try and appeal to right-wingers.
The United States is an exceptional nation. I believe we are still Lincoln's last, best hope of Earth. We're still Reagan's shining city on a hill. We're still Robert Kennedy's great, unselfish, compassionate country. And it's not just that we have the greatest military or that our economy is larger than any on Earth. It's also the strength of our values, the strength of the American people. Everyone who works harder, dreams bigger, and never, ever stops trying to make our country and the world a better place. And part of what makes America an exceptional nation is that we are also an indispensable nation. In fact, we are the indispensable nation. People all over the world look to us and follow our lead. My friends, we are so lucky to be Americans. It is an extraordinary blessing. It's why so many people from so many places want to be Americans too. But it's also a serious responsibility. The decisions we make and the actions we take, even the actions we don't take, affect millions, even billions of lives. You know that. You've seen it. Now, all of this may seem evident, especially to men and women who have worn the uniform. You may wonder how anyone could disagree. But in fact, my opponent in this race has said very clearly that he thinks American exceptionalism is insulting to the rest of the world. In fact, when Vladimir Putin, of all people, criticized American exceptionalism, my opponent agreed with him, saying, and I quote, "If you're in Russia, you don't want to hear that America is exceptional." Well, maybe you don't want to hear it, but that doesn't mean it's not true.
That was gross. Who are you? Okay, Hillary Clinton has no identity, no principles, no actual policy positions. You're trying to be Ronald Reagan. Guess what? You're not Ronald Reagan. People actually liked Ronald Reagan. People thought, oh, he's an affable, jolly guy. You don't come across that way. But she's trying to be that because she's listening to her strategists. We got to get the centrists. We got to get the moderates. We got to get the liberal Republicans, all -8 of them. We got to get them. We got to get them on our side, you know. So the actual liberal base, liberals and progressives who care about fixing the country, who care about, I don't know, stopping the wars and maybe stopping with the jingoistic American exceptionalism rhetoric. Piss off. I don't care about you. I already got you in the bag, bitch. Now I'm going to run to the right. Well, this is why the new poll just came out. Hillary is tied in unfavorables among registered voters with Donald Trump. How? How's that the case? The guy's been doing a gaffe every 18 seconds. Why? Because she does shit like this. Hillary, you're contradicting everything you said during the primary. During the primary, we got a lot to fix. We got to go to work here. Come on now. I mean, look, I'm in favor of raising the minimum wage, just like Bernie. Yeah, totally. I want to raise that. I want to tax the rich more. We got a lot of problems, and we got to fix them, man. That's what's got to happen. Now, problems, America's exceptional, and that's all that we're going to say in this conversation, because if you say something against America, maybe you're with Vladimir Putin. You know? Hey, he's against American exceptionalism, too. Are you? Putin's bitch. Am I right? Am I right? God, that's such a stupid argument. Okay, but you want to know what gives me life? The like to dislike ratio on that video online. Because I went, oh, okay, the internet is not buying it in any way, shape, or form. They look at that and they're like, shut the fuck up. This is all, like, you're acting. You're acting for all of us. You're doing a tap dance for us as if, like, we're supposed to believe these are genuine thoughts and feelings. You're just trying to win an election. And we're sick and tired of, I cannot take the American exceptionalism horseshit anymore. Okay? Yes, in some ways, do we do better than the rest of the world? Of course. But in some ways, do other countries do better than us? Yes. You know, I don't know if you noticed, but U.S. healthcare is number 37 in the world. How about that? We're no longer the number one middle class in the world. Sorry, Canada's beaten us. Some places in Western Europe have beaten us. In terms of relative happiness, self-reporting happiness, again, places in Europe beat us. Minimum wage. Australia's minimum wage is over $15 an hour. Ours is $7.25 an hour. Yeah, they're beating us there. This idea of, like, let's just say that we're great and just say it endlessly. You know what that is? Thou doth protest too much. You know who says that? Somebody who knows that we've done fucked up shit. So, for example, Hillary Clinton voted for the Iraq War, killed a minimum 100,000 civilians, and that's minimum. We set up CIA black sites. There was torture that went on at Abu Ghraib, torture that went on at Guantanamo Bay, holding people extrajudicially over there. Our drone program kills 90% the wrong people. We have over 800 military bases around the world. So what do? You go up there, America, we're the one indispensable nation, we're exceptional, we never mess up, come on now guys, talk about how great we are. Honestly, in many ways, it's like the trick that Israel does. Israel says, liberal values, only democracy in the Middle East, only democracy in the Middle East, only democracy in the Middle East. So why do they always say that, and why are they so insistent on it? Because what they're really doing is say, look away from the occupation, look away from apartheid, look away from the bombing orgy we just did in Gaza in 2014, forget the fact we killed 80% civilians. Why? Because we're the only democracy in the Middle East. So, because we embrace liberal values in rhetoric, because we embrace democracy and freedom in rhetoric, you can overlook the times when in practice we do the opposite. And that's what Hillary Clinton is getting at here. American exceptionalism, that notion is the same. What does the word exceptional mean? Exceptional. We're better. We're better than. Well, hold on now. You can't go around and say one of our core values is equality, which she does, but then also say we're exceptional at the same time. That doesn't make sense. Which is it? Is everybody equal? Does everybody get human rights? Or Americans are exceptional? That's what we are. Another word for exceptional is supreme. So is that what you are, Hillary? You're an American supremacist? Is that what you are? That's what Dick Cheney was. That's what neocons are. That's why they go around the world with guns and they invade places and they occupy and they say, we're going to force our way of life on you. That's why I've said many times, American exceptionalism and neoconservatism, it manifests itself in the world as a fundamentalist religion. This idea that we're always right, we can always be aggressive, we can always invade other countries, we can dictate our way of life, we can do wars of aggression and somehow not be the bad guy. Well, that's a religious way of thinking, where you drop the idea of, we should use our military for self-defense or to stop a genocide, when it's, no, we just can impose our values on places. That's a terrible, terrible path to go down, and it basically embodies the idea that we're Americans, we're good by definition, so when we do bad, it is still good. And God forbid you ever agree with Putin on any point he's ever made, then all of a sudden you're Putin's bitch, and, you hate America. Again, these are, in all seriousness, right-wing ways of arguing. She even went on to say there, the actions we take, and even the actions we don't take, wink and a nod to the neoconservatives, that affects millions of lives, if not billions of lives. So, what do you think that line means? Even the actions we don't take. I will take action. I'll get involved in Syria. I'll do more war. Vote for me. And all along, at the same time, what does she say to the liberal base? She says, me? I'm liberal. I'm progressive. I'm just like Bernie Sanders. No. Now look away as I try to gain neocon votes and Republican votes.